Happy Thursday, guys. I'm so happy to be sending you guys another video. It's just going to be a read aloud just like the last one. This one is this little artist. It's an art history book. It's going to tell you some about artists here. This is Frida Kahlo and some other artists that we celebrate during art history. Painting, shaping, making art, with creative joy, hands and heart, little artists have great, big imaginations. This little artist had Italy impressed. An architect, painter, and poet, he liked making sculptures best. This right here is Michelangelo. He was an artist and he really loved building sculptures. Michelangelo is famous for painting the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. It's a very fancy building. And for his David and Pieta sculptures. This little artist chose to portray moms and their kids at home and at play. Her name is Mary Cassatt. Mary Cassatt painted tender, loving moments in the everyday lives of women and children, which was an unusual subject in the late 1800s. That's a really long time ago. Do you think that you could be an artist like these people? Think about that as we continue. Vincent van Gogh. This little artist painted pictures of his face, a starry, starry night, and sunflowers in a vase. Vincent van Gogh applied thick paint with wild brushstrokes to show his feelings. So Vincent van Gogh painted to show his feelings. You can do that too. Pablo Picasso. This little artist made blue art for a while, switched to rosy colors, then painted Cubist style. Pablo Picasso and George Spraque began the Cubism art movement, showing objects broken into angled shapes. Can you see the shapes in their pictures? I see kind of a rectangle-y shape, a triangle maybe. What do you see? What shapes do you see in his art? Georgia O'Keeffe. This little artist painted very large flowers, animal skulls, and skyscraping towers. Georgia O'Keeffe sat in her car and camped in a tent to keep away from bugs in the hot sun while painting nature in New Mexico. Why don't you try that? Draw something that you can find in nature, just like Georgia O'Keeffe. This little artist, Alexander Calder, built a toy circus from springs, cranks, balloons, buttons, and other small things. Alexander Calder made hanging metal and wire sculptures that are called mobiles or kinetic art because they can move. So he made sculptures or really big objects that could move. Salvador Dali. This little artist liked attention and fun. His melting clocks and wild mustache startled everyone. Salvador Dali was a surrealist, another kind of artist. Objects in his art often look strange or melted. That looks interesting. Frida Kahlo. This little artist painted her life story with symbols of Mexico to celebrate its glory. We've talked about Mexico. What do you remember from when we talked about that? Let's keep reading and see if we see anything we know. Frida Kahlo was often ill in bed where she would paint with a special easel. She made 55 pictures of herself and called them self-portraits. We've done self-portraits. Why don't you do a self-portrait at home instead of at school and show me what it looks like? Andy Warhol. This little artist used objects like soup cans to make pop art paintings that delighted his fans. Andy Warhol began as a shy advertising artist. He became a superstar with many famous friends. This is a style called pop art that he does. Jean-Michel Basquiat. This little artist was a great poet too. He mixed words with doodles as he painted and drew. Jean-Michel Basquiat used ideas from pop culture, street life, and his Haitian and Puerto Rican heritage in his artwork. So remember, heritage is just kind of the things that your family has done and your culture and other things like that. So then we have this page here that says, crayons, paper, paint, or clay, what will you use to make art today? And it goes through all of these different artists. There's different ways that you can be an artist. These were just some of those ways. You were artist in here when you mixed your colors by painting, when you made collages with your names, and all sorts of other things that may not even think of as art, but is art. Keep working on reading at home, practice your art skills as well, maybe try something new that you haven't used before, and let me know how it goes. I love and miss you all. Bye.